Hi, I'm Brainerd Carey, Director of Praxis Center, and you have chosen wisdom as your archetype. And I want to talk a little bit about what that archetype means and how that influences your process of moving through the art world. Because the idea of an archetype is a Jungian theory that says, we all move through the world in different ways. We all have different challenges as we move through the world. And those challenges determine our success in the world, and knowing what our challenges are, knowing ourselves and the resources we need to meet those challenges makes our journey that much easier. So as an artist, your archetype in this case is wisdom. And wisdom has the influences still of magician, sun, and mystic. It doesn't mean you're only that. You're also other archetypes, but primarily it seems you're the archetype of wisdom, which is also a classic artist archetype, right? Because artists have something to say. They have something to share. They have something that helps others in their understanding of the world. So to acquire knowledge, which seems to be one of the things that you enjoy, there's a number of steps to take to navigate the art world to your success. And these are the steps that I would consider. First is to read about and introduce yourself to the best collectors and curators out there. They're interested and attracted to wisdom. They're interested and attracted to your intelligence and your art. So how do you meet those curators and collectors and influential people? Well, every single week in Praxis Center, we have a session on Zoom where there's either a curator or a collector or a very influential person in the art world. And they come in and they're talking to us and they're explaining what they're looking for in artists, how they navigate the art world. And that's very important, because you not only get to meet them, but they get to meet you. You can ask them questions live. So after any of these sessions, or if you're joining today, you'll find, or already a member, you'll find that there is already well over 100 sessions like this we've done, 100 curators, collectors, people who have their emails and contact information. But even more importantly, it's how to write to them, what to say in the letter, what to do to express, in a sense, your archetype of wisdom and how it connects with who they are. Well, in Praxis Center, you have step-by-step instructions for how to do each one of those steps. You have step-by-step instructions for how to move through this and get to the curator or collector you want, how to write the letter, what to send them, what to say when they respond. That is what I would suggest is the first step for you to make your navigation through the art world as easy as possible, is to attend these live sessions in Praxis Center and meet collectors and curators directly. The second step that I would suggest for you, for wisdom, the artist archetype, is to work with a good gallery, ideally 2 good galleries. And what does that mean? I mean, you know what it means to have a gallery, but how do you get there? Well, in Praxis Center, there's a step-by-step guide to not only what to write to galleries, but what to say to galleries, scripts if you want to call, scripts if you want to write, what to say in response, how to follow up. Because having 2 galleries, though it's one of the more challenging steps for artists to do, enables you to get then 3 or 4 galleries or more. And as an artist, when you have 2, 3, or 4 galleries, you have an income. You have the easiest possible path. Because now, instead of trying to promote yourself, instead of applying to things that cost money, which are a waste of time, you have a gallery that's doing all the work for you. You make the art, they sell the art, and that's it. That's a powerful position to be in. And again, in Praxis Center, you have guidance every single step of the way on that. So the third step in your process is to work on your written presentation, right? Because many of the things that you're going to be doing require a bio or a statement if you're applying to things like grants, which is your next step. But your written presentation, your bio, your statement, your website, those are things that Praxis Center helps you with directly. For a bio, you have a professional editor that's going to edit your bio for you. Your statement, you have a professional editor to edit that as well. Your website, I'm here to personally help you with making a good website that's effective and that curators are attracted to. These are really important aspects that are about polish of your presentation, because how you present yourself is everything, and it's critical. Your art could be wonderful, but if it's not presented right, even the curator who would love that work can't engage with it the way that they should. So those are your first three steps. And the last step, which I hinted at in the one that I just mentioned, is to apply for grants. Grants is what wise people get everywhere, from professors and writers to artists everywhere. There are grants, which is free money, literally. You apply for it, and you have to have, obviously, the materials in order, which I just mentioned: your bio, your artist statement, your website. You apply for these grants, and it's money with no strings attached. Do you get every grant you apply to? Absolutely not. It's a numbers game. You have to apply consistently to get grants. But just like galleries, when you win one, it allows you to get more. The next one is even easier to get. So grants are really important to have, and it's what I would suggest as the archetype of wisdom, which again is the archetype of knowledge, of being wise, of sharing that knowledge, and that being imbued in your artwork as well, which is what's exciting people. So that fourth step of grants is important because, of course, it'll fuel your career in creative practice and your ability to acquire more knowledge. These steps can be adjusted if you need to, but in Praxis Center, as a member, you'll get support every single step of the way, so that these steps, as wisdom, while they're also influenced by other forces in your life and in the context of archetypes that I'm talking about, that includes, magician and sun and mystic. The one that you are, wisdom, will be addressed directly. And if you choose to move through it in the way I'm suggesting, you'll have support every single step of the way. So thank you for doing the quiz, and I welcome you aboard. It's great to have you as a possible member of Praxis Center, and I hope you join, because it's always good to be around more wisdom and great artists like yourself. I wish you well, and if you are interested in joining, the links are here to do so.